Thank you for the question. What is part of human life? These terms that you just used, relationship, dating, these are all part of human life, day-to-day activity of human beings. So it is not bad. It is not bad at all. But the question is, why are you entering into that? Whether relationship or dating, why are you doing it? What is the goal? What is your goal of entering into a relationship? What do you want to achieve out of which you've entered into a relationship? So people enter into relationship with different reasons. So your goal of entering into a relationship is what matters, but not the relationship itself. Your goal of dating someone is what matters, but not just by way saying I am dating. So the primary question should be, what is my goal of entering into a relationship? Why am I entering into a relationship? What do I want to achieve? For which reason I'm entering into a relationship? So entering into a relationship shouldn't be like you are having fun. You know, people have all kinds of perception about it. Somebody's doing it, so let me also try. Oh, I've heard of relationships, so let me also try. If these are the basis for which reason you are entering into that thing, that whole setup or system, then there is something wrong. Fundamentally, it is wrong to even start on that note. You should have a goal. What is my goal? People enter into relationship for the fun of entering. That's wrong. That is absolutely wrong. Why are you entering into that relationship? What is your goal? What is the main goal? Is the goal to say I also have a boy, I also have a lady? Is that all? Because it goes beyond having a boy or having a lady. Okay. Because you equally have classmates who are ladies. Sure. You have classmates who are male. So you see, it answers those questions. Sure. But what is the main reason for entry? That's what matters.
Okay, sir, since we are here to learn and we know the sort of experience that you have when it comes to such matters, so what's the appropriate way of setting such goals, even as you are planning to enter into a relationship?
Good.
What should the goals be?
Good. The goals are as follow. You know, you are entering into a relationship, one, that you have the hope of marrying that individual. I use the word hope because not all relationship can end up to become married. Okay. Whatever you do here, for example, take it that you are in a relationship with somebody on campus here. People have all kinds of reasons for entering into a relationship. Some think that, okay, well, I need to have somebody around me to be called my girlfriend or my boyfriend, for the purposes of physiological changes that we go through. You know, at age 15, the physiological changes are rapid. Sure. And therefore, there's this strong desire for sex. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that alone blows people's mind, and they think that the only way to satisfy that drive is to enter into a relationship. But that drive, you satisfy it, it goes. You satisfy it, it goes, and that's it. So at some point in time, you realize that what exactly am I doing, and why am I in this? So, what goal in this sense? I'm looking at it from this point. You are a student. Assuming we are talking to a student, majority being students. Sure. So you are a student. You have a reason for coming to school, and that reason is to come and study. So if at any point you've made up your mind that you want to add extra responsibility to that primary aim of coming to school, to enter into a relationship, ask yourself, why am I entering into that relationship? What exactly do I want to achieve? Take yourself, look at yourself, that now you are first year, you are second year, you are third year, and whatever. And looking at yourself, you don't even have any plan of marrying in the next 5 years. But people are entering into a relationship, you also enter. That is something that I would say you are just joking.
Sure, it's a wrong goal.
It's to beginning, you are just joking, because there are factors involved here. There are issues that involve when it comes to relationship. Relationship itself, it's funny. But then there are challenges that are attached. How do you maintain that relationship? How do you hold that relationship? So that same relationship that is making you happy today, looking very flamboyant and moving around, showcasing your partner or whatever, that relationship is capable of killing you. Because if you do things wrongly and one decide to opt out, because both of you did not prepare your mind before one decided to opt out, that is where the problem comes in. So in a way, you realize that, why am I entering into a relationship? You have to ask yourself. It is always good that you ask this basic question: why do I want to enter into a relationship? Is this just for fun? If it is for fun, prepare your mind that anything for fun doesn't last.
Sure.
Just once you made up your mind that I'm entering because of fun, just for the purposes of fun, it doesn't last, and it will never last. So the moment you are taking it for fun, then prepare your mind that at any time, any point in that journey that you guys are making, you can end it there.
It's just some short. I remember some organization I joined. We take people to some rural areas, university students, and they have a term. When they go for that 1 month or 3 weeks, they have a term they call short course. It means you might have your boyfriend, I might have my girlfriend, but since you met, it's a short course. You are just having fun for 1 week or 2 weeks,
and that's all.
Once it ends, that is all.
And you should understand that you are having fun.
Okay, so say let's zoom into college and university life. Is it a bad thing for a college, a university student to go into dating or relationship? And how bad or how good is it?
The answer is yes and no. Good. It's all boiled down to your goal. Why are you entering into that relationship?
Okay.
You see, academic work is a very difficult task. So if you are going to add extra responsibility to your academic work, is something you need to sit, plan, think through it before you take that decision. Because relationship is something that can drain you psychologically, physically, and emotionally. So if this thing has that power to drain you to that extent, then it's always important you think through it before you enter.
Sure.
Who am I entering into this relationship with? What do I want to gain in this relationship? How long do I want this relationship to last? And for what? This should be basic questions you should be asking yourself. So whether dating is good or dating is not good, that is not a question. But the reality is that once you've decided to enter into that, ask yourself, why am I entering? How long do I want it to be? Or what exactly do I want to gain from it? Once you are able to make these clear distinctions, you work towards achieving that.
Sure.
So take it that you are just having fun. Both of you should understand from the beginning. But the problem here is that sometimes the individual will have the thought that I'm just entering for fun, but the other person doesn't have that thought. So this is where the problem lies. That I want to enter because it's just for fun. People are entering. Perhaps my colleagues, my roommates have been laughing at me that I'm the only one who doesn't have a girlfriend or a boyfriend. For that
so that's
matter,
a reality.
Fine. For that matter, I want to also venture into that entity. Now, in venturing into it, you have a different perception. But assuming you go and propose to this lady, and she accepts wholeheartedly, to her, it's not for fun.
Sure.
She's in a serious business. So how do we manage these two thoughts? It's always important. I always tell people, or when I'm talking to people who are preparing for marriage, my clients, tell them that, look, just as a man has the power to propose to you, you also have the same power to look straight into the person and say, I cannot move with you. You are not qualified to be that kind of person that I want to move with. You also have that power.
Sure.
So it is then that you can really work around the clock. But the mistake is this: the moment we say we are dating, we do things that are beyond dating.
we turn the institution dating into a higher institution else.
It's complete marriage.
I don't want to say.
I just don't want to use the word, but thank you.
I don't want to say.
That is it. And these are the things that blindfold us. We are unable to read in between the lines. Sometimes you see the red flags, the handwriting on the wall. The things will not work, but you are pretending that things are working.
Sure.
This is it. So the moment you want to enter into a relationship, tell yourself that I am adding an additional responsibility to my main reason for coming here.
Okay.
That's, you have to put it at the back of your mind. Then you ask yourself this question. Just if you can just pause and ask yourself this question. Why am I entering into this?
Yes.
What exactly do I want to gain? What are my goals in life? If my goals in life is to graduate here successfully, this new thing that I want to enter into, will it help me to achieve that goal? These are the basic questions you should be asking yourself.
So, sir, let's full reality. You are the head when it comes to set issues on campus, and I believe you hear people come to a lot. In reality, on this ground, are people dating themselves?
I would say yes, and you see, some of the stories when you hear them, you ask yourself, do these students really understand what they are doing?
Okay.
It's quite sad to the extent that somebody is ready to just take her life out of this world simply because the other partner say we cannot continue. So I ask a simple question. What was the reason behind this whole thing that you guys started? This whole thing you guys started, what was the reason behind it? Do you really know? Do you really find out from the guy whether it's not for fun? Haven't you had your fun? You say, yes, we had several fans, so I thought it's something serious. You say, you see, this is where you made a mistake. This is the beginning of it. You see, you are entering into an entity, something that does not belong to you. You are all having fun, so prepare your mind that it's just for fun. We've had several of such cases on campus now, and on daily basis, I worked on client students with this kind of challenges, going through depression, some going through stress, all because to them their relationship is not working. And the relationship that they claim is not working, you ask them simple question. What was the reason for entering? They cannot tell you the reason. Some will tell you, oh, he has been forcing me, he has been pestering me, he has always been pestering me, so I decided to study him. And I say, okay, in the process of studying that person, what went to? See, sometimes you commit so much into a company that does not belong to you. This gentleman does not belong to you. This lady does not belong to you. Even people who are married, sometimes they cheat. How much more a lady that you are following, which any other guy on campus is watching? A gentleman that you are following, which any other lady is watching. You are all competitors.
And say,
you are not owners.
Sometimes, as young people, when we want something, we want the best one. If he's a guy, you want the most beautiful, the most fashionable lady. If it's a lady, she wants the guy with swag, the guy with we are young people. This sort of this, but you forget that some of these things are the same thing that most, because we are in the same bracket. Most of the things that people are also wishing they can get. That is where the sex issues come in, and we begin to have issues as to guys are pressuring you, you are always with guys and so on and so on and this that. But sir, let me ask you this. So with all this you are saying, is it that when we want to enter into a relationship, we should set some boundaries, some rules for ourselves, or is just a world where we can just explore? As and when things pops up, we learn from it and we move on, or we set some mutual rules for ourselves.
Good. You just said it all. Two things. What am I entering it for? So these are the areas you set your rules, your goals. I'm entering into this relationship because I am of age and I think that I need to study somebody so that in future. And now, when is your future? When you say future, what do you mean that in future? Because if your future is not in the next 5 years, if it's not in the next 3 years, if it is not in the, even perhaps you say in the next 10 years. But you see, the moment you guys leave the four walls of this university, the dynamics change.
Sure.
It changes completely. The dynamics change because now you are going to be exposed to new faces, new people, new features, which perhaps you try to moderate with the ones that you were having previously. And then to you, you realize that perhaps I even made a mistake by hanging. These are the realities. So at the end of the day, when you get in there, ask yourself, why do I want to enter? You see, basically, this is my point. Students should always ask themselves, people generally, the public is also listening.
Yep.
Ask yourself, why am I entering into this thing? Is it for fun? If it is for fun, then prepare your mind that anything for fun doesn't last long. It will last. So prepare your mind. And can you go to a lady and tell the lady that this thing that I'm saying is only for fun? So that the lady also prepare her mind. So our ladies too must come to terms that guys are only exploring. They are exploring, and you will not be the last point. You could be the beginning, you could be in the middle, you could also be the final destination. It depends on various factors. So do not make up your mind that once a guy proposed to you, or a guy decided to enter into a relationship with you, which is informal, it's just between the two of you. So prepare your mind that you may be the second customer, and there are other customers that you'll be jumping to.
It's your prospect.
It's just exploring, as you use the word, because you are young, and at this age it's all about exploration. You explore, even academically you are exploring, career-wise you are exploring. Now you want to find out also after school, what will I do with my life? Let me tell you, some people will complete school before they start thinking what they will do with their life. And the moment they get to their house, everything about relationship ends. Help me to finish the course. People have all this kind of mentality because the drive is becoming at its highest peak. They want to just find a way of satisfying that drive. All are factors. So for a guy to enter into a relationship, he or she must, in fact, a guy must find out why he's entering. And if it's a lady accepting a proposal, you need to also find out why you are accepting that proposal. These things are things that you don't do whilst you are not too sure, just by entering. No, because it can take your life. I've worked on clients, people are in psychiatric hospital, people are in conditions that we work with on daily basis, all because of relationship. So it is something, an institution that you don't play with. Please, you don't have to play with. If it is about satisfying your drive, please, there are many ways to divert that drive. There are many ways to handle that. If you are not too sure what you are entering, please think through it. Think through it and know that this thing I'm putting myself in, it is not a small task. It's a big responsibility. So students, public must know when you are entering to such institution. It's a noble institution in a way. It's wonderful, especially the beginning is wonderful, but usually the ending is the problem, and whether it will end successfully or painfully. These are the issues we should note.
Okay, sir, let me ask you. I'm still reminding you that we are listening. We are talking to Mr. Faikos JC, who is a lecturer here at Amstead, and is also a licensed counselor and a counseling psychologist. I think I got it wrong. He's a licensed counseling psychologist, and I believe he's been much helpful to us, and we are learning a lot. We are still welcoming your messages on the phone number 0559 868841 0559 868841. I got one message. I think the lady is a fan of you. One comfort something right. Her name level 200. Yes, level 200 English, and he said, "I'm tuning, and I'm so glad I'm hearing the voice of Mr. Faikos JC." I believe that most of the messages I'll be reading them to you soon. We have just started the discussion. This is just the start of the beginning. We haven't even gotten the beginning itself. But I'm also telling you, we're expecting some of the hopefuls to join us in the studio. So we are so privileged to also have Mr. Gordon Daniel. Gordon Esidu, right? Yeah. Okay, now let me get it in its appropriate order. Daniel Gordon Esidu. Like the initials are GGA, right? DGA. So no, let me allow you to introduce yourself.
Yeah, that would be better.
Please grab the microphone for me.
Okay.
Gentlemen, you're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Please, your name. Just introduce yourself.
Okay, I'm Daniel Gordon Esidu, popularly known as Sugar on campus.
Okay, Sugar.
Yes.
Sugar, and Sugar is on paradise. Sorry, how it rhymes. So, in fact, we'll be coming back to Mr. Faikos JC for us to talk about, even we are still on the basis when you are starting the relationship. I'm a guy or I'm a lady. I'm a guy. I've spotted a lady. I'm so much interested. Now I think it's two ways. A guy can propose to a lady. A lady can also propose to a guy. So I'm a young person on this university. I've spotted this guy or this lady, or I'm a young lady. This guy has spotted me. Has even approached and proposed to me. What are the steps that I need to take? Am I supposed to consult some people? Am I supposed to do this and stuff? So say I want to do justice to that, then I'll go to my young man so we can talk about some of the realities of some of the things that happens here. That's it. Maybe we are not even coming to, so you are not seeing it. So you get to also appreciate that side of our life on campus. So say, I'm a young lady. We're still at the premises of campus dates. I'm a young lady. I'm a young guy. I've spotted this lady. Or this guy has approached me with this. So what should I do?
Good. You can do the following. Basically, you can first of all ask yourself, am I ready for this journey? Just sit down and ask yourself, okay, am I ready for this journey? And to be ready for the journey, you must first know yourself. Who am I? What are my strengths and what are my weaknesses? Because you enter into relationship, people you enter into relationship with should be someone who will complement your weakness, not someone who will expose your weakness. In the sense that if you know your strength and your weakness, you pick somebody who will complement that weakness that you have. So it's also very good, and I want to say this on record, that it's very good. If only you are entering this with all seriousness, please see a counselor first to help you, assess you, and even help assess the so-called person who is coming. You know, even when we provide premarital counseling to people, there are instances these individuals who even were planning to marry, they come to terms with the reality that they are not compatible, so there's no need continuing the journey, and it ends there. They go for other people, other partners, and they come for counseling, and they are happily married. I've had that experience severally. Where people come for counseling,
like
premarital counseling, yeah.
And I need to go for counseling first.
So what target are you? What do you want to achieve?
Wow.
No, why? If it's for fun, you know, I'm very careful of my words. If it is for fun, then you don't need that. And that one, prepare your mind that it can end at any time. This is the point. But if it is for some serious business, please, you need to just go beyond proposing, or beyond, because you are a young guy, everybody's going into it, you also want to go into it. You want to go beyond, if you are a lady, by saying, because my colleagues are in it and they've been coming every day talking about boyfriend issues, I also want to enter. That's, I can assure you, it won't work. Because you need to put in a lot of effort. Besides, do you even know the institution you are entering? That thing called dating. That thing called relationship. The time is going to take away from you. Your resources that is going to take away from you. Your mind that is going to, a lot of things are going to be taken by the other partner. The moment you decided to enter into a relationship or you are dating somebody, know that you are not having a single life to live. You should always plan for two, not one. Whatever you are doing, you should plan for two. Because the moment you are not able to take care of the other person very well, then know that the other person can either change his or her mind. So the moment you decide, it's both sides. The lady must know that I have an additional responsibility. So ask yourself, your own responsibility, are you able to carry it to the satisfaction? Let alone adding an additional one. This time around, if you are not dating, take it that you are a gentleman, you are not dating. You can walk out, you can dress and walk out in a normal shirt and go for lectures.
Yes, sir.
But the moment you decided to say I am dating, you will need to please that partner. Not only that
additional
person.
pressure comes.
You're not only going to please that person, but you must make sure you please the friends of that person. Because the same friends will also look at you and say, is that not the lady you are dating? Look at how she dressed. Is that not the gentleman you are dating? Look at how he dressed. So you see the responsibility. So your responsibility now multiplies. Assuming your pocket cannot carry that load. So what happened? That is where students who embezzle their own school fees all in the name of relationship, hoping against hope that they will get to pay till it comes to examination period when they will be asked not to write. Even if they write, they will not be able to get their results on time. These are the issues. You put pressure on yourself. Some will be thinking that now that I'm not able to take care of my partner properly, perhaps he has started moving with other ladies, he has started moving with other guys, so they could perhaps take him or her from me. That alone can also create a whole lot of condition in the person's mind. So whilst your colleagues are sleeping, snoring, resting their body, you are awake, down, thinking what perhaps is happening. I've even called her the whole day. She has not picked my call yet. What is happening? He has not called me since morning. What is happening? These are the things. It's so funny. These are the things you'll be thinking about. This is a partner you have called. And these days when you call, he's not picking. So you started thinking, and what is happening? Unfortunately, they've given them group work. So you started seeing them with other people, other opposite sex. So your problem gradually continued to aggravate. So the question is that, why do you want to enter? If it is just for anything, then don't come.
Okay.
But if it's for serious business, and you in your heart, you are going into it with serious business, please come for assessment. I always tell people, come for assessment, because people have come for assessment, not necessarily just for fun, but they were ready to marry. There are clients who come for premarital counseling, professional premarital counseling. They later discover that they are not compatible and they go their way. So how much more you? Hey, certain things that we see about a lady or a gent, those things are capable of vanishing. And when they leave, what is going to keep you in a relationship?
Sure.
If the lady is whichever, very beautiful, facially beautiful, I can tell you within a twinkle of an eye, that lady can develop a pimples. That lady can develop rashes, and the rashes mistakenly will appear around the face. What is going to keep you in that relationship? If this is a gentleman who is that type on campus, famous, that fame can go down by a mistake that he will make. Will you be ready to continue? So what exactly is keeping you? What is going to keep you? Let that thing that is going to keep you should be something that is not capable of changing. Somebody will say, it's because I love the person. People who use that word don't even understand that word.
The word love.
People who use it mostly, that is the young ones today, who use that word very often. Oh, Charlie, you know I love you. They look at your face the first time, Charlie, I love you. That is fake. Absolutely fake. You can only like something about a person but not love. You can only like something about a person for which reason you think you are attracted to that individual, but it's not love. It's a different entity. So the question is that if you want to enter, ask yourself this simple and basic question. Why do I want to enter? Your reason for entering will determine your commitment.
Okay.
The reason why you want to enter will determine your commitment. And remember this, you are adding an additional responsibility to your already or existing responsibility. Thank you.
I said there was some questions coming to you. I think this person has even deleted this. There was a message of, I think we will get there. The person was asking of if he's a Muslim. He's a Muslim, and can he date a Christian lady on campus? You just keep sending the messages. We'll deal with all these questions one after the other. In fact, said you were saying something about coming for pre-dating. This is the first time of hearing pre-dating. I know premarital counseling.
So you
pre-dating.
know about pre-dating.
Hey,
Do you know marital education?
Marital education.
Yeah.
Oh, not so much. Not into details.
This education is provided to people who are of age, but they have not yet decided. I think on Saturday, a church organized that for their youth, and I went there to give them a talk for 2 hours, which I do to other churches. They organize their youth, and I do that. That is pre-marital education. It's different from pre-marital counseling. Pre-marital counseling is for the two individuals who are ready to enter into marriage. But premarital education is for those who are of age, but they have not yet decided. They want to know what and what should I do and how do I decide what are the characteristics, what should I make as my standard. Before you enter into any relationship, you should have your standards.
Sure.
Do the person meet this A, B, C, D standards? So we provide them premarital education.
Yes,